Hello and welcome to Connecting Kitsap. My name is Matt Murphy and I'm the president of the Port Orchard Chamber of Commerce and your host for today's podcast. With Connecting Kitsap, we put you in touch with what to do, where to go, and the people to know in Kitsap County. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Connecting Kitsap podcast. And today we are going to have another discussion with Victor Thompson, the chair of the Port Orchard Chamber of Commerce, which I am pleased to announce we have rebranded ourselves as the South Kitsap Chamber of Commerce in an effort to represent the entire south end of the county. We are now the South Kitsap Chamber of Commerce, and so we're really excited about that change. And we've got today's talk is about some of the different our goals and objectives for 2021. 2021 is going to be a good year no matter what happens. Like last year, if you asked people what they had to be grateful for, everybody had something to be grateful for. We're going to be grateful for 2021, regardless of how it turns out. Before we jump into the discussion with Victor, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors once again. Our platinum sponsor would include the Stafford Healthcare family. Gold sponsors include Walmart, Dana's Heating and Cooling, and Peninsula Credit Union. Our silver sponsors include Don Jake CPA, a grocery outlet, Excel Business Systems, and the Port Orchard Ford downtown. And our bronze sponsors include Farmers Insurance, the Thompson Agency, ServPro, Sunrise Gas and Chimney Service, and Southern Beckham Atwater and Ferry. So let's go ahead and jump on into the conversation with Victor on where we're headed here in 2021. Hey guys, I'm back with Victor again. Last time we discussed where we were in 2020. Now I want to take an opportunity to kind of chat with Victor about where we're going in 2021. And Victor, as you learned last time, is the chair of the Chamber of Commerce board, as well as the owner of Farmers Insurance, the Thompson Agency. And Victor and I, we put our heads together. We formed a rock pile, which came out with some pretty good things. So what we did is out of all the stuff that's going on and all the things that we could be doing, we kind of narrowed it down to five key areas that we wanted to try to concentrate on 2020. So the first one, Victor, and I don't know if you want to talk about our first objective, which is promoting local trade. What does that mean?
Well, when you're looking at a chamber of commerce, promoting local trade is probably one of the key factors. I mean, we want to make sure that we're promoting our local businesses and being here for the people in our community so they actually see what's going on. It's really important that we are able to help them market themselves in our community in these times that we're in. And doing the various different things that it takes to just get out there, the which we'll be discussing further and down the road with social media and just marketing and making sure that people know your name and know you're still around. Supplying things like the open restaurant lists and the menus and stuff online, so people know where to go and who's open, and the local businesses like Josephine's and the stuff that they offer in their online shopping. And we just want to continue doing that and growing that. So as more businesses are being added, because while we are losing some businesses in our little community here, we are also gaining some businesses as well. So making sure that those new businesses know they're welcome within our community as well. And we're doing everything we can to support and reach out to them within the community and making the people that are over here aware that they're here.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't just include the restaurants and retail, but it is insurance agents, it is finance companies, it's service
attorneys,
mechanics, things like that. There's a lot of stuff you can buy online right now. I mean, I could buy my insurance online, but we use a local agent. We could get a mortgage online. We could buy a house online. But working with the local people, I think is critical, no matter what industry it is. Especially when you can talk face to face with people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things coming on. We've got staging companies coming in to help sell homes. real estate agents. I mean, so they're all the support personnel that goes along with that. and the fact that we're also a naval community and all the support personnel that go on into the naval community. We first and foremost, when we think about businesses, think about the ones that are forefront in our minds, like the restaurants and the retail stores. But one of the big things that we're really going to try to focus on is making sure that we don't forget the attorneys, the real estate agents, the insurance agents, and there are several of us here in Port Orchard, and the importance of why it is important to do business with those. Because like you said, yeah, you can go online and look, and within 5 minutes, find and bind insurance, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you know what it is. Having that person be able to actually spend that one-on-one time with you, even if it's during a Zoom meeting, will make the difference as to whether or not it makes sense for you to actually use it and carry it.
Exactly. And along those same lines with the local trade, um, is our second objective on the list, which is e-commerce and online development. I have said in a couple meetings amongst people that we need to drag our local businesses kicking and screaming into the online world, and it is possible. It's not easy, but it is possible. And I think that's one of the major things we need to look at this year is making sure everybody gets an opportunity and knows how to open a Shopify store, a Square store, a WooCommerce store, getting that online, even going so far as just developing their online presence. Because obviously you can't buy, I don't think you can buy HVAC service online. You can research it. And so we need to make sure that every business has a good profile online, whether it's with the Chamber of Commerce or just their own website, that they can, people can go and find out information on them. And it's something that's overlooked so often is your online profile, because if I'm faced with two companies, one's got a great profile with photos and testimonies and the other one doesn't, chances are, and Victor, you'll probably be the same way, you're going to go with the company that has the most positive reviews, the best look. It's terrible that we might make a decision based on looks, but if you've got a good online presence, you're more likely to get a call from us.
Absolutely. Well, and some of the other things that we're seeing too is our Facebook presence. So there's a lot of people in our community that will go onto Facebook and ask for recommendations of various different companies that they can be recommended and used. And generally the ones that win are the ones that are recommended more times in those feeds. Well, how do we actually recommend or find out they're there? Well, that we do that through online presence. So it's very important. And Matt, you say kicking and screaming. I'm definitely one of those that need to be drug in kicking and screaming, because computers are not my friend. In fact, I hate them most of the time. And it's like, I will delegate that off to anybody in my office the first second or chance I get. But you're right. It's very important to actually have that online presence. I mean, being not able to communicate face to face is very difficult for a lot of us right now. So having that word of mouth out there like we used to be able to is different. So we just need to find a different way to market. And this is the future. This is where we're headed. So yeah, you're right. It's being there and being able to support that, and us being able to help those businesses support that.
Yeah, and that is so true, Victor. The third item on our list, and it's one that's really near and dear to all of our hearts, but it's one that we just don't get an opportunity to do anymore. And it's encouraging the community within South Kitsap. It's really hard to do that when you're not leaving your home. When you're not leaving your home, or when you're leaving your home and you're going from your home to the grocery store and then back home again, or going, getting gas and coming back, going to work, coming back. Nobody's encouraging community right now. Community is like a four-letter word. You don't want community. It's like, Victor, let's not get together. Oh no, wait, we can't do that. We can't get together. We can't. So, I think that's an important thing for us to continue to try to do that.
There are a lot of things that are going on in our communities, and I know that there's a lot of things that we're planning on doing. I know that we talked about some of the stuff that's coming up earlier, and some of the potential things that are coming within the chamber this year that we want to do within the community. Last year, we had really a lot of fun putting together the photo scavenger hunt, which was very rewarding and kind of interacting. It got people out of their houses, but kept them safe within their individual pods. So they felt like they could be physically distanced, but actually doing something. And that's something that we're looking to do this year, is be able to still be able to get together without posing a problem or um, being a threat to each other. So I know we are talking about still making sure that we do the cornhole contest somewhere in probably August. And we're looking at doing another photo scavenger hunt. There's a lot of things still going on within the communities. One of the other things that I see is the dog parks. It used to be, it was nothing. I mean, today I have my dog here with me in the office. It was nothing for me after work to say, hey, let's go by the dog park. Well, I think about that nowadays. I think about the resources and what's available out there. And I know that while it's not a huge business, it's still a recreation that a lot of us kind of do within the community. Also, there's the getting out to the community and going to the restaurants. And now we have several restaurants that are open. Um, Several places have found unique ways of reaching out. We look at the Blue Goose Hat Tavern in Tent City out in front of them. It's kind of cute. And then, you've got the open bonfires out at Whiskey Gulch, and, the Brick House is doing some great things. And we've got the doors open at the public market down at the Dock Bar and Eatery. We have some great things going on within the community. And our biggest focus that we really want to do is make sure that we're promoting those.
Right.
And that people are aware of what's going on and those opportunities to get out there and get out of your house. I constantly hear about the COVID weight gain. While I'm fortunate that I'm not the one that's gaining that, I actually kind of went the opposite direction, and not necessarily by choice, but my household has suffered the COVID weight gain, and part of that is it's easier to sit around and do nothing than get out and do something.
Right.
We have great opportunities here in South Kitsap. I mean, we have some of the best squidding piers in Washington State. A lot of people don't even realize that, but that's part of us promoting. That there's more to do than just stay home.
Yeah, it is.
And we
It
can
is
do it.
important, and it's those activities that you talked about that we need to continue to promote. And, as we discover new ones, we've got the Rediscover Kitsap page, which we talked about last time. Letting people know what there is to do in South Kitsap. I've asked, my northern comrades to post about things there is to do up in Paulsville so that we can get out and we can do those things. And it's also, the other organizations. I was talking with Fathoms of Fun this morning about their Easter egg hunt, um, supporting the school district and the things that they do, the different programs they have, the fire department, the city, the county, the Port of Bremerton, all those things is, we just need to let people know what the opportunities are, and that's one of, like I said, that's why it's on our list. Is we view that as an important piece of what we do. So not only letting people know what there is to do and what's going on around South Kitsap, but we've also got the fourth item on our list is political awareness, letting people know what's going on in the political arena as far as what's going on that's going to affect businesses.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really important that we make sure people are aware of, especially what's going on locally with our local government opportunities with grants, PPE, um, everything they can to help themselves, anything that's going to affect their business, making sure they're aware of things that are going on with city government or local state government, anything that's going to impact them. Um, I know myself as a small business owner, I'm directly affected by state B&O taxes and the other things that are coming out. I mean, we're unfortunately in a pandemic where it's costing us and everybody a lot of money to operate. And the business is not necessarily there. So it's finding ways to survive. And one of our goals as the chamber along the lines of political awareness is to make sure that the public stays informed of the various different opportunities that are out there and the things that are happening within that. And it's really nice that as a board person with the chamber that we actually have a committee that is dedicated to finding out the things that are going on here within the county, and that we're able to pass those on and make sure that our public stays aware of what's going on.
And if anybody out there wants to serve on this committee and has that passion, let us know. We would love your input. There is so much going on, especially right now with the legislative session in session. That we're following a lot of bills, and I think rarely will you'll find the Chamber of Commerce endorse a candidate. We have in the past come out and endorsed the school bonds, the fire district bonds. things that have a direct impact on the community and local businesses. And
Mhm.
so, we're going to do our best this year just to say, hey, this bill is coming up. This is what it does. Here's how you can find more information on it. Um, you know,
It's getting the information out to the public. It's not taking a political side. It's not saying that we're taking one side or the other. It's just saying, here's the information and we're going to allow you to make your own decision, and this is kind of the stance we're taking on it. And it's not, like Matt said, it's not endorsing an opponent or a political candidate. It's actually being aware of what's going on in the legislation that's going on. Immunization clinics. I mean, those
yeah,
are kind of some big things that are out there right now. So
yeah,
it's being forefront in people's mind about what is active and what pertains to our day-to-day lives and our business operations.
yeah. And it is, what letting people know what its effect is on businesses, because it is amazing that a transportation tax will raise the price of the tomatoes.
Mhm.
An increase in the price of tomatoes will increase the price of your burger at a
Mhm.
restaurant. Those are things
Absolutely.
that you don't necessarily think about. And regulations on, restrictions on agriculture, those will all affect the prices that you pay at the checkout stand. So
Right.
we're going to do the best we can to inform people of the implications, and then again ask everybody to make an informed decision on those. um,
Mhm.
Something else we talked about last time, Victor, is this really cool Zoom thing. Um, we talked about how much we're zooming here, and there used to be a television show when we were kids called Zoom, right? You remember that?
Right. And I think about the Mazda commercial, Zoom Zoom, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
So
then I often hear, some dog breeds are referred to as they have the zoomies. So there's just all kinds of different things. But it's funny that we actually take that term now and we associate it with our daily lives and work lives.
right.
This wonderful thing that you're seeing, Matt and I on today, it's Zoom, folks.
It's
We're
Zoom.
able to,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna take this interview. We're gonna use Zoom to create it. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and we're gonna put the audio portion on Spotify, and we're gonna advertise it on social media. So the fifth item on our agenda and our objectives is we're going to do the best we can to leverage technology, and that includes our interactions with ourselves, interactions with our members, interactions with the community. Um, it's something that I don't know if anybody has not heard of Zoom. I know there's some people that haven't been on a lot of Zoom calls, but this is my second Zoom call of the day, and I have two more yet to come. Um,
Sure, yeah.
so,
Well, and there's the go-to meetings. There's,
right,
whatever platform it
Microsoft
is that
Teams.
you use. Yeah,
Yeah.
Microsoft Teams. There was another new recent one that just came out too, and I forget even what that was. But and then Salesforce is even using a new platform as well. So a lot of our businesses are, and I was surprised that it's something that we just brought in with farmers, but I was surprised to find out how many companies out there actually use Salesforce, and they have their own platform.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like Matt said, it's leveraging technology. It's like, how are we going to get our news to you? And that's one of our big things within Chamber is making sure that we have a clear path of direction and we have a clear path of communication to reach you in the community, because that's really what's important, and to reach each other. I mean, Matt and I probably talked for 45 minutes before we even started this interview, just because,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
was like, okay, it's like time out. We got to actually get to the interview, Matt, because we can talk all day.
Zoom is supposed to make things simpler, and it did in the beginning. There's a lot less small talk going on, but now, people. I'm sorry, Victor. I almost get giddy when I have Zoom meetings because it means I actually get to talk to somebody, and
Right.
I actually get to see them face to face. And like you said, Zoom isn't the only thing. We are going to explore other opportunities. We're going to explore more online virtual sessions. I know that we have a virtual job fair coming up here in the middle of
Mhm.
February. We're going to do another one. We're going to work on more of those. Last year we did the bring your own coffee events. We're going to do
Mhm.
more of those, where it just gives, hopefully give everybody another opportunity to see a face, and and socialize a little bit more one way or another without actually being in the same room. and you know, to wear the mask everywhere
The,
we go. Yeah,
the masks.
yeah. And it is amazing how much you can recognize now. I'm getting good at recognizing people.
I know, the here up.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was I? I was somewhere the other day where they were checking IDs, and they were like, they were requiring you to do this. They were doing that over the IDs. So they were covering people's nose down to see if they could actually recognize them off of their
Yeah,
driver's license.
yeah,
And I thought that was so amusing. I was just like, wow, okay, so we've come to this.
yep,
And you know, it definitely gives people a bigger perception of what we are and what we're doing.
yeah.
So
So that, you know, those are the five objectives that we were looking at. Our goals, our things that we're going to try to do this year. You know, and along with those, it'll continue to provide the COVID resources, updates from the government, because Lord knows that there's a lot of updates coming, whether they're changing or increasing or decreasing. Um, we're going to do the best that we can to try to bring some semblancy back to life as far as the events are concerned. Victor mentioned the cornhole tournament. We've done that in the past. We're going to try it again. Don't know if we'll be able to pull off the seagull calling contest again this year in May. Maybe a little too early for that. We'll be introducing some training opportunities in our effort to.
oh, so do you mean that means I'm not going to be able to cook my chicken wings?
Might not be able to, not again. Yeah.
Dang it.
Some additional training as we attempt to drag people kicking and screaming into the online world. We'll be offering more of that. Continuing with the social media updates, the video updates. It's important that you like our page, you share stuff to us so that we know what's going on. I'm not a mind reader. My wife is. Well, no, I guess she's not really. Um, but you
She
know,
just has she convinced she does.
yeah, or maybe I'm convinced that she is, because she always says to me, "I'm not a mind reader." Um, so these are a lot of things that we've got going on, and I'd encourage everybody to check out the Chamber of Commerce. Jump into the Chamber of Commerce. I was on a call earlier this week where they talked about more businesses will be opening up. More people will be starting small businesses in the coming months as they have lost their jobs and the economy's kind of gone haywire. Um, Consider joining the Chamber of Commerce for additional resources and help. So that's about all I have, Victor. Do you got anything to wrap things up as we move on?
You know, that's a lot.
It is a
That's
lot.
a lot to digest. It really is.
It is a
So
lot.
it's, you know, we're going to be moving and shaking, and we're going to be making changes as we need to on the fly. And as opportunities arise that we can actually do in person or live events, we'll make sure we get those, as long as we can do them safely.
Right.
And you know, we're going to continue to do everything we can to make sure that we get out the information that's needed to make daily decisions and within the community.
So the chamber is pivoting. Whee! And we know everybody else is also. So I wish everybody the best.
You know, I never thought I would use the word pivoting in a daily discussion within a business, but I've been using it more lately, and it's true. This is what we have to do.
That's what we have to do.
It's time to pivot to make it happen.
Yeah. Everybody's in a different boat, and everybody has to do things a little bit differently. They need to think outside the box a little bit more. Here at the chamber, we're here to help with that. I've gotten calls from several businesses that aren't members asking for help with grants or asking what they can do, and I am more than happy to help. Just give us a call, send us an email, and I'd be love to sit down with you either just over the phone or on a Zoom call. We can schedule that. In the meantime, 2021, I know that some people have written it off already. I'm not ready to do that yet. I think we've got a lot of good things coming down the pike as the vaccines roll out and things loosen up. We will be able to get back to the new normal.
What's that?
I don't know. But we'll know it when we see it. We'll know it when we see it. So.
And I think one of the key things that you said, and this is a good takeaway for everybody, is, as the Chamber of Commerce, we are here for the businesses, but we're here for everybody within our community. So we're here as a source of information for everybody to be able to utilize, whether you are a member of Chamber or not.
Yep.
Chamber's membership does have its privileges,
Yes,
but
yes, it does.
you can still be a part of the community.
We'll have to do a discussion on that one of these days, Victor.
We will. Yeah, the member privileges of being a chamber member.
Yeah. Yep. So in the meantime, everybody, thank you for joining us. Remember to stay healthy, stay safe, love local, and shop local. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. See ya.
Well, there you go, folks. We have a huge year planned, one way or another, whether it's in events or whether it's just in training or whether it's online and if it's virtual. It's going to be a great year. And again, I would encourage everybody to check out the Chamber website, to like us on Facebook, to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, to check out Spotify. We got all kinds of great things going on here in South Kitsap and the rest of the county. So until then, like I said earlier, make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, love local, and of course, shop local. Have a great day.